Today I'm looking at György Pálfi's 2006 Hungarian film Taxidermia, released by Radiance sub-label Chasm. I don't know where to start on this one. It's not one of those films that I'm actually sure I enjoyed. It's one I was fascinated by, I was repulsed by, I was impressed by it, and at several points I genuinely could not believe what I was watching. This is most definitely not a casual Saturday or Sunday afternoon viewing. It's grotesque, strange, darkly funny, it's visually stunning, and absolutely not for everyone. The film is set around 3 generations of Hungarian men, and they each kind of represent a different period of Hungarian time. You get wartime, you get communism, and the modern post-socialist era. It is a structure that is actually more easy to follow than I first expected. As we spend time, it feels almost like vignettes until you realise that these men are all part of the same family and they're all generations apart. It is a family saga, but instead of inheritance being passed through wealth and love, memory or tradition, it's passed through bodies. Appetite and the shame thereof, desire, consumption, decay or control are all things that the film comments on, and each generation, each story shows someone that is trapped in a body that reflects the world around them. So the first story we have here takes us to the world of a soldier who is isolated at this military outpost during World War II. His life is defined by humiliation, repression, and the most absurd and twisted fantasies. It's grotesque and it's pathetic, this character. We don't admire him, you don't even like him. It presents a man who's almost entirely reduced to the whims of his bodily urges and the resentment that brings within him and the viewer watching it. And right away, right from the very first few minutes, you know exactly what you're getting. This is going to be ugly, but it's going to be ugly with a purpose, and that's something that I found myself strangely fascinated by this film. As we move through the stories and we see these grotesqueries, as we become to understand why they're driven the way that they're driven. The second story is probably the most whimsical, fun and again grotesque entries in this series, and it's moved into the kind of communist era, and this is where the film has a really memorable and some revolting ideas. Competitive eating as a national sport, the ambition of that, the performance and the bodily destruction in the name of state-sponsored destruction. Because these people are instantly harming themselves. You see our character who wants greatness, but his greatness is measured through how much he can consume, how much can he eat, how much of the pain can he endure, how much can his body take before he becomes the entire spectacle without the results and the perceived fandom of people outside watching it. It's disgusting, but it's also weirdly funny. The best I could attune it to a sort of Western movie is, say, the pie eating contest in Stand By Me, only pushed to the nth degree in this one, because it turns something, or it makes eating into something heroic, and there's an absurdity to that. There's a pathetic nature to it, and the actual act is truly horrifying, watching these people gorge themselves. And again, this is the brilliance of the film. It takes something bodily and pushes it into something more political, ugly, but with something to say. The third story is where it takes a jump and it goes from that kind of fun, weirdly funny nature into something far darker. And we're following a taxidermist caring for his enormous, immobile father while living in this cold, sterile, deeply lonely world. For me, this is the saddest element of this film. It's driven by desire of our main character, then by appetite, and ultimately by preservation. You can see Lojaska wanting to connect with other people. He doesn't have the skills. He has this burden of a father that he has to look after. He does this thing where he creates life from death with the taxidermy, and that feels like the whole film kind of snapping into focus. What survives from generation to generation. The body, but not necessarily the soul. It's a horrifying moment within this, and the ending of it was one of those, I don't know if I can look at this. It was so disgusting and weird, and I knew exactly what was happening, and it was horrifying at the same time. It's this film. It's the body horror. This isn't the kind of slick creature feature kind of body horror. This is people trapped within their own bodies. It is relatable to that. You can see the atrocities that's handled to the body is just absolutely shocking. It feels real, and there is something stomach churning about that. The film's almost asking us to look at how people turn themselves into machines or symbols or perform or monuments. But there's this levity of dark humour all the way through it, and that's where it gets dangerous, because the humour is pitch black, and it needs to be for this kind of film, and you find yourself laughing at something so completely absurd and then immediately wondering, why was I laughing at that? That balance for me makes Taxidermia work. It never lets you settle into one reaction. This is a difficult one. I liked the film. I'm glad I watched it. It was repulsive but fascinating in the same time. One that I'm definitely going to be thinking about a lot. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at some of the extras. The disc for Taxidermia. First up, we've got an audio commentary by Michael Brook. Taxidermia Aesthetica. And this is an interview with the director, György Pálfi. I like this one a lot because he's paired up with a critic who kind of keeps him on point, talking about this film, looking back at the impact that it had. A lot of time is spent on just how they got the film made, and looking back and how kind of terrifying that was. For 24 minutes 22 seconds. Making of Taxidermia, it's an archival documentary, runs for 42 minutes 17 seconds, lots of behind the scenes footage, lots of talking heads, people talking about their expectations of the film and then relating the kind of story. Of two short films, The Fish from 1997 by the director, it's a kind of weird comedy revolving around the character of an adult son of a sex worker. And they're based within this community that's all about consumption and trade. Quite fun. We have Shaman, the 2003 short film, which is part of an anthology film called A Bus Came, and this takes the ancient Greek legends of Daedalus and Icarus and puts them within the context of Hungarian public transport. It sounds weirder. It was really fun. I like the kind of imagery it put across here. It's one that runs for 22 minutes 30 seconds. Do music video by Hollywood, the original or the director's cut. Geza Slozzi's art book, which is Stills Gallery of work by the art designer. It's basically a trying to capture the mood, the atmosphere, the idea of what this film was going to be and put it into picture format. Really interesting, really different. Scenes and a trailer. Also included in this set is a 20-page booklet that has one essay in it, Extremes of the Flesh on György Pálfi's Taxidermia by Anna Battery. And that's the extras for Taxidermia. So there we have it. Taxidermia is one of the strangest releases I have covered recently. A grotesque family saga about bodies, history, appetite and legacy. I would love, absolutely love to know if you've seen this one, your thoughts on it. Is it something you're interested in? What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comment box below. I need to talk about this one more. So drop me a comment. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.